Hakim, I think it is, Economic Affairs. The first thing he did was increase airlift. Immediately he worked on it. Last week he was, I think, in Colombia. More flights, more flights. We need more flights, we need more people to catch up and to fill all those hotel rooms.
Okay,
very important.
That's not enough, of course.
It's not enough.
But a beautiful initiative.
Yes.
What else, in your opinion, needs to be done?
We are competing with all the other islands here in the Caribbean. So we need to be competitive, and we tend to look at ourselves and say, oh, it's ideal to be this or it's ideal to be that. We don't have that luxury. We have to compete with the neighbors. We have to see what the neighbors are, what they do, and we have to do it better.
Okay.
Very simple.
Okay, but mention a couple of things where we can improve.
Well, clearly we can improve in education and training our people. We can clean up our island. It's not clean enough. Honestly, it's not clean enough. When I look at Turks and Caicos, for instance, they made tremendous progress. Actually, they are ahead of us at the moment. They have produced more, they have done more education, more development. We have been left behind at this point.
If I see it St. Martin, it's not clean.
No, St. Martin
is doing better.
No, I don't know the exact numbers.
Is it the measurement?
I had the impression last time I was there, I don't have the exact numbers, but I had the impression that they were suffering. The French side is doing better, the Dutch side is doing very poorly. You can also see that in their budget, it's really suffering, it's not doing very well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If we speak about economy, of course,
yes,
we're thinking about unemployment,
yes,
etc. But also about poverty. There are some people in this community less capable of feeding themselves.
Absolutely true. And the amazing thing is we all know the answer to poverty. Education, education, education. And the people who benefit most from education resent it the most.
Of course.
And that is the contradiction in the whole situation. The people who need education don't want it.
Sure. Okay, but then talking about education is a long-term thing. Because these people that don't have things to eat today, they can't wait to be educated, they need to eat.
I disagree with you. You can do, we've seen it in Fairfax. Fairfax was giving courses 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So in 3 months you can make a big difference. You can train someone for construction or something like that. So not all education takes 20 years. No. There's a lot of education that can be done fairly quickly, but you have to do it. You have to do it.
But in this economy, we're speaking a lot about IT. We're speaking about computer.
Yes.
Does it take so less time to
very
somebody?
Amazingly little time. Yeah. You can get a person familiar with a keyboard in 1 or 2 days. It does not take a lot of time.
Okay. Are there enough initiatives in the community to resolve all of these economic troubles?
Well, one of the big problems is, of course, do we have to teach the teachers? Do we have to educate the teachers so they can give a better product to the students? Now that's a lengthy product and lengthy project and process. I was involved in what I think is an extremely exciting program. I discussed with the state of Florida in the United States to open up their virtual school to Curacao. Yeah? Now, the virtual school is basically a school program, totally developed, with all kinds of courses, and it's available for schools as well as individuals. It's done by the state of Florida. At the moment they have about 150,000 students and about 1,000 teachers. So I was very happy when the president of the virtual school came to Curacao and said, yes, we have decided it is now available for the students as well as the teachers as well as the schools of Curacao.
Postgraduate you mean, plus?
No, from the age of 10 to 20.
Okay, but you say also teachers.
we have 1,000 teachers fully employed in that school to contact the kids and to play with the kids and to, I mean, the contact of a student who does the virtual school is roughly, he can contact his teacher on average 22 times a day with SMS, with you know, whatever, Skype, with all these communication means.
All in all, you're positive? You think it's going in the right direction?
Here is a fantastic tool, very powerful, enormous quality, has cost billions of dollars to develop, and it's now available on the island. It's now available for the people.
You're saying to add it to the curriculum of regular school?
If I were a high school or a middle school or whatever level between 10 and 20, and I was in the situation as most schools are here in Curacao, I would immediately say, let's get in contact and see how we can benefit, even if we take 1 course a week from them, or we take 10 courses a week, or 100 or 1,000 courses, I don't care. But it's available, and it's the most modern teaching material, fantastic teachers, unbelievable.
Were there conversations with the education authorities here, with that last visit?
Again, the president and his staff, they came here to visit. We have had extensive conversation, discussions. The government, unfortunately, was in transition, as you know. They didn't have the eye on the ball.
Okay.
But at least the international school took it immediately, and there's some more high schools who are working on it.
Of course.
But we need to follow up. We need to follow up because this is a fantastic, enormous leap forward, and it doesn't cost us anything.
Of course. Yeah.
And we can have it available today, immediately.
Okay, we want more investments on the island.
Yes.
Have we defined what type of investments?
Well, in the I think the election campaign of our Prime Minister, he tried to say, let's have green energy and let's have IT and all that stuff. And of course you run into Aqua Electra, a company that has a monopoly, and it turns out you can't do anything. And they've been fighting, I've been following them a little bit in the press. If we do not change the laws, and if we do not break open that monopoly, we cannot have that alternative energy. And whereas at the same time, we could be a fantastic laboratory for the rest of the Caribbean, or even more than that, with all kinds of alternative energy. It's fantastic.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. In the hotel business,
yes.
You say we don't have enough rooms. How are we addressing that?
No, we don't have enough airlift.
Okay.
At this point we have enough rooms. Actually we have more rooms than we can fill.
Okay.
Some of the hotels, like the Hyatt Hotel, the new hotels, are far too low occupancy because there's not enough airlift. We have to get more
so
airlift.
Besides that trip that the minister made to Colombia, are there more initiatives?
We see one more flight comes in from New York, Continental Airlines. But then all the discussions with JetBlue came to nothing. And JetBlue flies to Aruba and they fly even to Bonaire. So why not to Curacao, for heaven's sakes?
Why not?
Very simple, they're asking for a guarantee.
From the government?
From the government. And our experience with the guarantee, there was a guarantee given to Continental Airlines. It's never been used because the flights are always full. And I'm quite sure with JetBlue the flights will be full.
So if it depends on you?
It won't cost us anything. Just go do it.
Did it work the same thing in Aruba?
Of course.